Let's start with this lecture number 3, talking about characters and string classes. Most of our discussion earlier was about numbers. Now, what happens if we would like to work with letters? How are we going to be dealing with letters and texts in general? This is what we're going to be talking about, inshallah. So, characters, actually, they're the data type char. You remember when from the data types we said there was like numbers, and then there were literal and boolean. The literal was like text, and this is one data type was char. And a char is actually a letter, one letter. Actually, it's not really accurate when I say one letter, because this is not one letter. This is a symbol. So one symbol in general. It can be a letter, it can be a number, it can be an exclamation mark. Anything is a number. I mean, can be part of that. Just one character. Yeah, that's why they call it one character, not one letter. Char stands for character, so this is one character. So, and actually, those characters internally they have a number. If you type something on the keyboard, there's actually each key has a code, and that code can be converted to the letter that is appearing. That's why you have Arabic keyboards on English keyboards on the same keyboard. It's just the key, but it is programmed to show something in English different from the one that it shows in Arabic. So, but all of them are codes. And I'll be talking about these later. Okay. So what happens is that if I'd like to display something, we've seen last week that I'd like to display something by using this instruction, right? System.out.println, and I was putting between double quotes some text, and whatever is in the text is going to be displayed on the screen. So now there's some things actually that we can use. I would like you to realize that this text is different from the single quotes. Alaikum salam. Single quotes are for char, and Java has something else, which is this thing that has double quotes, which is called a string. Sorry? The one single quote means one character. Double quotes mean plenty. Can be 0 or more. Because 0, 1, 2, whatever. As you have tried. I think all of you have tried. Create some small programs last week, right? Just to display something. So you can type any text, which is going to appear. So the double quote to have only one letter, one character to be more precise. And double quotes you can have as much as you want, as many as you want. This is the beginning. Characters are just letters or symbols. It can be either numbers or letters or equal signs or whatever. There's something that I skipped, and now I'm coming back to it. Do you see this thing over here? The backslash. This is the slash, and this is the backslash on the other side, because slash means the divide, and backslash is used as a special character to mean something. If I'd like to display something on the screen that looks like this, including these double quotes here, double quote inside double quote. If we don't use this, it is going to give us a problem. Why? Because if normally the double quote starts the text and it ends the text. So if we don't put this backslash, it means the text stops here. But when we put backslash, we mean the text doesn't stop here. This is only to display backslash as something to display on the screen. I want to display this double quote, sorry. So if I want to display them, I have to use this backslash over here. So there are some codes that come with backslash, and this is the thing. You have backslash t, backslash n, backslash single quote, backslash double quotes, and backslash backslash, if I would like to display backslash. And then they have some other things too, if you'd like to display some Unicode numbers, but I don't want to talk about this now. So backslash t means tab. Put a space of 4 spaces. It just pushes the text 4 spaces. Something like that. Backslash n means go back to the line. And backslash this single quote or double quote is just to display those. N, well, doesn't, it just backslash, after backslash only one thing happens. It's just one character like these ones. After N, if you've seen N and I, this I is going to be displayed when you go back to the line. We'll get some examples now after this. So for example, if you do something like this, actually this is the one that will allow you to display those double quotes in the text. If you don't use backslash, it is going to give you a mistake, an error message. You can try it inshallah later on. Why it is going to give you a mistake? Because text starts from with a double quote and ends with a double quote. If I'd like to write something in between, I have like this hello between double quotes. Well, now the computer understands that this is where the text starts and this is where it ends. And it's going to, and what is the problem? There's A and H and then another text, and the computer is not programmed to understand that. So that's why, if we'd like to tell the computer this is not meaning the end of the text, we put a backslash, sorry, the other side. We put a backslash, and then this means, now, this means my text does not stop here. So the text is going to stop here. But if I put then a backslash here, the text will not stop here. It's going to stop right there. That's what is the result of this. That's why you can see that we have double quotes here, double quotes there. This is where the text starts and ends. And in between, these ones are preceded by the backslash, which means include this on the output. Yes? Okay, you can, but what if you want to display two double quotes? You mean where? Here, first of all, your question is about putting one single double quote here or there. At the end, it doesn't work like that. Because the computer, this is how it understands. You start something, a text, it starts with double quotes, ends with double quotes. Well, Java was programmed like this. If you don't like it, for example, you just create your own programming language, and in your own programming language you can make it start with 1 and finish with 2, or start with 2, finish with 1. But now it was programmed to work this way. 4? Okay, yes. I can't hear you. Just raise your voice. Well, to tell the computer that you would like to display something on the screen, you use only double quotes to start what you need to display on the screen, and another double quote to finish. However, if you'd like to display the double quotes on the screen, if you'd like to see double quotes displayed on the screen, you have to use this backslash double quotes. Because if you have noticed that the double quotes does not appear on the screen, these ones here, we don't see them here. Only what's inside of them is displayed on the screen. This is what we did last time. Only the text inside. If you remember, let me just open what we did last time. There's before and after, because there's one before and one after. In the first one, you mean? Double quotes. For this one, I don't understand what you're saying. That's why I'm trying to understand. Yes, please.
This one. This one just coming here. Yeah.
This one comes where?
This one, the backdash is coming here.
So you want to remove this backslash and put it here.
Yeah. So that's what will happen.
It will happen that the computer will understand that you start the text here, and this is not where it ends. But oh, there's no backslash. There's a double quotes. It stops here.
So
and what is this? This is something that the computer cannot understand. This is something. Yeah. Because it starts with a double quote and ends with double quotes. If you have something double quotes inside the double quotes, you have to make sure that it is it is preceded by backslash, so it is not going to be considered the end of the text. I just would like to remind you for what we did last time is that you remember when we displayed something like this? If I run this, I don't see the double quotes here. These ones do not appear here because they're not meant to appear. I'm just saying to the computer, whatever it's inside, display it on the screen. What if now I'd like to display a double quote here, like something like this? If I put it like this now, you see, it understands that the text starts here, stops here. And there's something wrong there that it cannot be understood. If I'd like to just display this, put backslash, now it means that the text starts here and ends here. And this is just part of the text. If I run, double quotes is here. Yes? Yes? You mean this code, this program? You did not see this last week? Well, inshallah, this is what we're trying to solve by changing the timetables. So check the videos of the previous week. It explains this. This is explained in the videos of the first week. Okay. Yes.
What if we do the slash n instead of just writing system out?
Yeah. Well, if you put backslash n somewhere, it's going to go back to the line. So you see now I'm displaying 3. Go back to the line and displaying 3 again, and that's it. So the backslash n means back to the line. Go back to the line. Backslash t means move it, give it a space.
So I can do the square on one line?
Yes, you can.
How many spaces?
I don't know. I think 4. 1, but how can I calculate them?
4 is.
Or maybe 6, or I don't know. Well, this is a tab. It has a fixed 1. I think it's 1, 2. This is 6 characters. 7, 8. So probably these ones have 8 characters. 1, 2, or maybe more. I don't know. But this is a set of space, which is always, if you'd like to align something, generally use tabs. So this is going to be aligned. You don't have to put some spaces yourself. So now these are going to be aligned.
Is there something with 3 spaces or 2?
No, this is like fixed amount. Yeah, if you would like, it's not 4. It's just a certain number. It's not even 4. It's maybe more. If you want to put exact same number, there are other ways to do that.
Can we do /t/t?
You can /t/t/n/t, whatever. You can do whatever you want. Slash, backslash. I mean, this is not slash, backslash, and all this. You can put them all together, but you just not to get confused. For example, if I put something like this, it doesn't mean that I'm doing backslash nd does have a meaning. No, this is go back to the line and then display this, and then display a space, and then display something like that. Just need not to get confused of what this is going to give you. This is completely different from what we had. So Control Z is our friend. To go back where we were. So okay. Anyways, this is just to give you an idea that there are some special characters that does some special things. Backslash n, go back to the line. For the single quotes, you don't need to do this backslash, but if you do it, it will work. But for double quotes, you need to do that. Okay, one thing that is interesting to understand is that char is a very special data type. It's we said that this is a letter, but internally a letter is a number. To help you understand this, let me show you something, and this thing is ASCII table. Let's say, let's find an ASCII table to display. If I can maybe see this one. Okay, if you look at this, you're going to get confused because there's a lot of different things that we don't want you to look at. This, just forget these two. Look at just the decimal value, the number, and the char, the character. From 0 to 31, These are something that are not displayed on the screen, non-visible characters. But starting from 32, you have the space, exclamation mark, and so on. So, for example, if I save something like this, let's have a look at. If I do something like this, char C is equal to C. Okay, so this is a char. What is the code of C? I mean the letter C. What is the letter of C? And you see there's capital C and lowercase c. They have different numbers. This lowercase c has 99. So actually, if I display this, C is going to display C, this letter, right? Let me just, maybe this is confusing. Let me do something. One letter. Let me name it one letter. Okay, I put one letter, and this is C in this one letter. I'm displaying whatever it's one letter. So this is C right now, right?
So the output will be
C, because what's inside of one letter is C. I'm displaying what's inside of C. What happens now if I do something like this? It's the same thing, but this is only with char. It is okay if I put just the code or the letter itself, it's the same. So char is like internally inside, it's just one number, because inside of the computer only numbers. There's no letters inside.
99.
No, this is ASCII. ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange, which is only for English letters. And now Unicode is, because there are more just these symbols. For the Arabic, for example, it's not here. So this is not part of this table. If you'd like to use Arabic, there's something called Unicode, and I don't want to talk about it right now. But just understand that char can hold a value. And if you put a value, it is going to be converted actually if you display it to something that is something else. Let's put some other value. Let's say 59. What is 59?
So in order to
Semicolon.
to be good in Java, you should memorize this.
No, 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 no. No, there's no way that you can memorize this. No, just know that there's a number inside. A letter is a number, something like that.
We put from 0 to 31. What will happen?
It is something that you cannot see on the screen. These are some characters that are used for some special things, but you cannot see them. They call them non-visible characters, non-printable characters. And now they extended the ASCII with some other codes, but I don't want to talk about this. Now let's just go back to where we were, just to have to understand this example. If I put 88,
Then that's because we write
char, yes. So if you put something like, you can do something like this in a char. You remember this plus what it means? Plus 1. So now, what is y? What is the value of y? I don't know what is the value of y. So if I put, how can I see? If I put try to find y, the value is y is 121. So this is equal 121. 121 plus 1, that's 122. I put in CH3 122, that's why I'm going to see Z in 122. So anyway, this is just to show you that internally char is a number. But if you display it, this is just a symbol, yeah. And there's something that you need to understand, that you can compare those. When you can compare, this is how you compare them. Why you compare them this way? Well, because space is smaller than exclamation mark, is smaller than double quotes, is smaller whatever. This is smaller than this and that because of their value. 48 is smaller than 49. That's why 0 is smaller than n capital and n capital is smaller than n, lowercase.
Oh, we show numbers here. So the number will be smaller than this time.
Don't forget, a character can also be a number, because this is whatever I can see something on the screen. It is a number, but actually internally this is a char. So this is the idea. I don't want to get into these examples, but just for me, I just would like you for now to understand the concept. This char is a very special character, a very special data type. It contains numbers, but these numbers actually, if you display them, are going to show characters. And this, depending on what's the number, you have a character that is displayed. And how, if you'd like to know them, I don't want you to memorize this. It doesn't make sense. Nobody memorizes this, unless he's a genius maybe, who just keeps memorizing by just looking at things like that. But probably not because he wants it, because he does it. But no one will want to memorize this, as far as I know, because it's available somewhere. Nobody will ask you, okay, what's the character of 127? Well, good for you if you know it. But this is not a skill that is going to make you, some companies are going to fight to get you because you know that number. What is the character of that? But you need to understand that now the character is a very special data type that contains numbers, but it is equivalent to letters or to characters. I don't want to use letters because character is more general. Okay, there's some set of methods that I want to talk about them. Let me just skip those because I would like to talk about one very important data type, which is a class data type, which is some very special data type. Up to now we were talking with very simple data types, int, double, float, char. Even char is a simple data type. But the string, this is something which is an advanced data type. And we call it class data type. That's why we say class here. Let me give you an idea about what I'm talking about by coming back to here. If I'd like to display, let me just, if I'd like to save something, some text equal, my name is Muhammad, for example. So this text over here, I can save it into a variable, and the data type for that, the data type for this is string, capital S. Lowercase s is a problem, is a mistake, it doesn't exist, okay? So capital S, very important. In some other programming languages, the lowercase s is the same thing, but for this is what we would like to have. So now it's just going to display something in a variable. And I can work with variables, change the content of it, add one variable to another one, and so on and so on.
If you can't just change the string equal,
No, you cannot do something like this right away. Because this is a data type, not a variable. You need to specify the data type and the name of the variable, then you can put a value inside of it.
I can put x instead of text and put x inside that.
You can do what?
I can put x instead of text. Right?
You can name it whatever you want. Sorry, sometimes I do something. I name my variables with something really meaningful to what I'm putting inside of it. But sometimes it's confusing. It can be, let's say Abdullah. As long as I'm using this is the name. It can be A, X, whatever. This is just the name of the variable. I'm taking this, put it inside of a variable called A, which is a data type string. And then I'm displaying what's inside of A. That's it. Yep.
So the command string is connected with the other command is system out. If you change string, the system out will be changed automatically.
Well, yes, let's say. Let me say yes. But it's more detailed than that, because I can do something like this as well.
But you change it manually.
Yes, exactly. So then I don't understand your question. What do you mean by it changes?
I mean, if you wrote, for example, string,
Anything. You were talking about the fact that if I change in one place, it changes in the other one. This is something that I have to do myself. If, for example, I was using A and then now I would like to use anything, I just need to be consistent. The thing is that this NetBeans helps me do that. If I'd like to rename it, press Ctrl R while you're selecting the variable, and you can see now whatever I type, it applies to all of it. Stand R for rename, for example. Yes. This is the same as this. What do you like to write? String anything? Like string anything like this? You can, but then am I going to see this on the screen? No, because I just said what is this doing? Anything, if you can, like this one, int a equal 5. It is. Am I going to 4? Am I going to see 4 on the screen? No. If I want to see something on the screen, I use system.out.println and I put something there. Either the variable, like this anything, or I put this system.out.print and then I put the values myself. Okay, this doesn't exist. The values myself, and it's going to show this on the screen. Or the variable, like put A, and then it's going to show what's inside of A. But this doesn't mean display on the screen. We agree that this has a meaning. Declare a variable called A of type int and put 4 inside of it. The first two lines, we can call them input, but we don't call them input because input is coming from outside of the computer inside the computer. While this is still inside the, but you can view it as some sort of an input, and this is some sort of an output. Yes. Okay, very good question. Why didn't put double quotes in here? Well, because if I put double quotes, it has another meaning. It means whenever it's inside this, display it on the screen. If I remove the double quotes, I'm saying whatever it's inside the variable, display it on the screen. This is what's inside of anything. This is variable called anything. What's inside of anything is my name is Muhammad. So it's as if it's going to take this and put it here. Yes. Okay, any questions? So this class string, this type string, can hold many texts. So very important for you to understand. If I'm using double quotes, this is string. If I'm using single quote, this is char. Char, only single quotes. Double, I'm trying to confuse you. Char, single quotes. String, double quotes. So these are some examples. String sentence, or I can write something like this, one line. Yes. These symbols, they name it like that. This is a quote. So one single quote, only one. Double quote, two of them. Okay. You can concatenate strings. This concatenation of strings is like addition for strings. Addition are for numbers, but if you'd like to add text together, we don't call them an addition of text, but we name it concatenation. We add text to each other. So, for example, if we do something like this, what would be the result of this thing? In one line, right? What happens if we do something like this? Hi 4. Very good. Now let's do some more interesting things with the pluses and with something like that, like this. What is the output of this?
7
but x has a value, y has another value, and x, y, s is impossible because the value inside of x is not x, and I'm not doing something like this. So you have to be careful. So what is the answer to this? Okay, there are two choices. Either you're going to say 4, 3, high. Well, which one is first? 4. So this is 4, and this is 3, and this is high. So high cannot be at the beginning, because it's the last thing that we add, right? So high is going to be the last thing. But before, is it 4, 3 high or 7 high? Well, now this is not 4, 3. Because when you have something like this, we start with from the left to the right. So this is int plus int. The result is int. So it's going to be 7. And then int plus string, the result is string. So it's going to be 7 high. When you have many like these, always start from the left and you go. Okay?
Would be the same thing if you have reminder.
Actually, exactly. Same rule. If you have different things on the same level, you start from the left to the right. But these are like special to the concatenation. If you concatenate text and some numbers, especially if you have other operations before, so you start with the operations. What do you mean include the quotation marks? Where the quotation marks you want them to be? Well, in the output there are different places. Are they going to? Do you want it like to be here or here? There are different places. So depending on where you want it to be, for example. So this we said int x equal 4, y equal 3, and then string s equal high, right? And what I'm going to do, I don't want to always show these things, okay? I'm going to comment them. You know what this comment means? I'm going to make slash star and star slash. What this is doing, as you can see, it doesn't delete them, but it tells the computer, don't execute this. This is not part of the program. But it stays there so we can see it, but it's not going to be executed. So the program, when it executes, it starts from here, it looks for something, there's nothing here, this is not going to be considered. It goes here and starts from here.
So the computer will understand that you will stay the command, but don't show.
Don't execute them. Don't execute them, not just don't display them, because we never saw systems out of print line here. But it doesn't execute means it is not going to be. These are instructions that I'm giving order to the computer. When I put them in comments like these, I'm saying, do not consider these as instructions. Skip them. So if I'm doing something like this, if I run it, this is 7 high, as we agreed on, right? Now you want double quotes. Someone said, if I would like to put some double quotes there, where, how can I do that? Actually, it depends where you want to put your double quotes. You want double quotes before or after? Any place? Well, I come here, for example, and then I'm going to put a double quote, plus here, and between these two, I'm going to put something like this. This is a text that starts here and ends here, and in between there's backslash double quotes. So now what I should expect? What is the result of this?
Backslash 7.
No. I changed it because now I'm putting this is an int plus text. So I'll have 4 double quotes 3 high. So this is the result of 4 double quotes, 3 high. If I change these double quotes and put them after, like here for example, like here, now this is 7 double quotes high. Good question, let's try that. No, why 43? Because we add in double plus double is double, but not multiplied. It's not going to be added. It's 7.0 because now it's double. Double is not only displayed with put 0. Yes.
What if I don't put plus?
If you don't put plus, it is going to tell you there's a problem.
There. Before double quote.
Here,
Yeah.
it's going to tell you there's a problem. There's something that stops here, and then what to do with S? What is S? This thing? No, there's no minus in text. Yeah. If you put minus, same thing. There's a problem. I cannot have a text minus a number or text minus a text. There is no such thing. Yeah. Yeah. So, but you can have minus here because these are two numbers, right? Number minus number. That's possible. I can run this. It will work. 4 minus 3 plus 1. And because it's double, it's 1.0. Double quotes S. All right? It does not. It's not going to work. How can you take a number minus a text? No. Yeah. This is error. As soon as I type it, it's an error. Yes. Which one? Just raise your voice because I'm getting old and people are talking and I cannot hear well. And the S, this one? We just did it. We removed it. It was a mistake. You can't. Yes. Because this is not how it works. What is this? X plus Y, it's understandable. So it's 7. 7 plus text, so it's understandable. I'm going to have like something, let's say, okay, cancel. It's going to, let's show this. Okay, let's remove now the space. 7 with this up to here, this is 7. With the plus this is 7 and the double quotes. But what should I do with S? The computer doesn't understand. Is this something that has just a mistake? Someone just typed S without noticing? Or maybe you want this 7 double quotes to be added to S. The computer doesn't know, so he gives you a mistake. So either you remove the S, and that's okay. Or, if you keep the S, we have to tell that this adds something to it. Yes?
What if we change double to
it is not going to change anything in the result. You're going to see the same thing. You're not going to see the F. If you're looking for the F, it will not show up. Float, same thing as double in the display, 0.0. You're going to see just the number 7 like normal. Okay? So this is this was an interesting exercise. What about this one?
high plus 7?
High 7 or high plus 7? High 7? Everybody says high 7? No? High 3 4? High 4 3?
High 4 3. Double quotes, yeah, high 7. High 4 3. Double quotes,
S plus X plus Y. Let's try it before we can see it. We said S plus X plus Y. So those who said 4 3 were right. Why is it like that? Why is it not high 7? Because it's a text with a number, so this becomes a text. And then a text with another number, it's another text.
So it's have to begin for two numbers.
Well, you just need to be careful. If you want them to be calculated first, then I need to do something like this. So now with the parentheses, I'm forcing this to be calculated as a number. Same thing if I want them to be calculated. The first example, I had the first two numbers. Number with plus a number, number plus a number, this is a number. We always start 2 by 2 from the left to the right.
But if it's from the right, you have to.
So this is high for 3. Okay, another one. Well, we've seen this one, right? High 7. Okay, what about this one?
One high.
Because this is number, which is okay. So this is 1 high. And what about this one? High 1? High minus 1? You forgot. You forgot this is a text minus a number. And I cannot have a text minus a number. So error. It's not going to work. S plus x minus y is not going to work. S plus x minus y, not possible. Because this is a text. This is high 4. High 4 minus 3, I don't understand. The computer cannot perform minus with a text and a number. So this was a tricky question. And the last one. Why? Because with the plus and multiplication, which one starts first? Actually, if it was division, which one we start first? Division. Even though, if you don't put, because there's this precedence rule that we've seen just before. First of all, the first thing that we start with are division, modular division, and multiplication. Then the second thought is plus minus. So that's why even this one, we're going to start with these even there if there are no parentheses, because multiplication precedes addition. So this makes some interesting exercises. I don't want to go into this part of these objects because we're going to be talking about those later on. Especially I don't want to give you some things like that. But I just want to get into the details of these. However, I just would like to give you some information that this string, it's quite a special data type. I told you that it's a special data type, and you can do something like this with the string, which you can have this dot and some things that you can use. For example, this s, if I use s dot, I have some choices of a lot of different things that I can use. We're going to be talking about those choices later on, inshallah, but now just to have an idea what this is. For example, this length gives you how many letters in the string. So if you do something like this, it's going to count how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for example, if you do something s dot length, the result of this is 2, because we have only 2 letters. This calculates the result of how many letters in s. So anyways, I don't want to get into these details for now. We're going to get into that. I just would like you to know that string is a very important class. It's a very important data type. It has some tools that allows us to count numbers, to take part of the text, and to do some operations with text. And I invite you to have a look at these slides, especially in the book. You have. I'm just looking for. Let me see. There's some examples of those methods, like this length, and there's some other methods that we need to use, like index of, char at. We're going to be talking about those later on, but just have a look at these. These are very interesting methods that allow you to understand how this works. I don't want to get into these details for now. I'm going to talk about them inshallah later. But know that these methods exist, and you can check the slides that are included in the website. for more examples. Discard. There are some. I'm just looking for. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. You have some examples like this, and with the text, and if you use this, this is going to be the result. And there are some other examples that you might look. And there's some exercises you can try. I strongly advise you to try the exercise. And this is the part 1.3 in the books, in the textbook.